for me, is a spectacular game. It's really solid, interesting. A lot of people were introduced to casual games through that, and I'm sure you've heard the stories of my friend went and bought a Nintendo DS just to play Brain Age, which is so cool.
A lot of people that were older actually definitely went out and grabbed it.
Because that's what they're interested in. They're interested in... A lot of people don't have that relationship with, say, a shooter game or a strategy game, but they already have a relationship with crosswords or word puzzles or math problems. From just, you go to the bookstore, there's a zillion books on Sudoku, for example.
It definitely helps you test yourself and you get to see how your progress is, right? Like, there's the one guy that can do the New York Times crossword puzzle in like, 4 minutes or something, I think is his goal. But, it took him practice to do that. And I think that's what Brain Age and Garden Mind really can kind of encourage in people, is you can test yourself as well as having the sort of Farmville style of look at my pretty garden, right? Because you can visit your friends. What can you do with your friends, like for socialization and stuff like that? So
at the moment, you visit your friends, you check out their garden, you can offer them support. We're in the very process right now of iterating on our social mechanics. So I can go into your garden and help you and place games in your garden that you don't have in your own garden.
Oh, sweet.
And that'll be executed through, well, I don't want to give away the game just yet, but it'll be executed in a way that's really neat. So you'll have some stuff in your garden that may or may not be animals that you don't normally have, and that's the way that you can access these games.
We got it here first.
Yeah, actually you did get it here first.
All right. So how did it feel getting nominated for a Canadian Game Award?
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Did you expect it?
To be nominated for an award validates the decision we made to make a game that was in the social space that offered more than casual come back in an hour and click on something. And not that I'm not speaking ill about those games. I think they create a sense of fulfillment in people. But I think the psychology that we've learnt to leverage at this point with social games is the first stage. And it's the, how do we get you coming back? Farmville showed us that if you're feeling bad about your crops dying, you'll come back and you'll get very engaged with that. And for me, I see it's not necessarily the most meaningful use of your time. My crop's going to die, I better go back and click a button. So I see Garden Mind as an opportunity for us to iterate on the next stage, which is you need to you come back when you wish, but when you come back, you actually do something that's positive. You're actually, you're thinking.
You're thinking, you're growing.
A minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes where you sharpen your math, you work on your language, you do some problem solving, and as a result, your garden flourishes. So,
as well, so it's kind of like a thing that it's kind of like a example of your brain growing as you're playing the game. So your garden is basically like a stupid... folks, I actually need to play the game more often because then I can become more eloquent at speaking.
So you're doing just fine.
Right.
Yeah, your garden is a metaphor for your mind.
There we go. That's what I was looking for, a metaphor.
Yeah. So in the game, the garden starts out being it's overgrown and there's thorns and you've got a small patch. And the message we're giving to the player is, this doesn't make sense. What's going on? What do I have to do? And as you play the game, you discover just where you are, and you discover that you're actually in your mind. The garden is your mind. And the more you uncover, the more clarity you get, and the more certainty you have about, oh, this is what I need to do, and this is why I'm here, this is why I'm playing this game.
Wow. So are you going to take it deeper as you go along in the next couple of months, I guess?
That's the plan.
Yeah?
That's the plan.
Delve deeper into the psyche and stuff?
Yep.
Cool. Is it going to be kind of Minecraft-y, where you can go deeper into the island?
To dig into your garden? No, we don't have Minecraft-style digging just yet. No. That would be neat, though. That would be neat.
All right, well, if you do that, then, you heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding. Again. Anyways, so validation was cool. Garden Mind is definitely an interesting game. What do you think of your competitors? In the social games?
They are some good games. I'm friends with a couple of the developers who've made some of the games, and smart guys, they know what they're doing. And when I went and played all of the games, so there's, 5 games in the category, played them all, the production value of them is very high. They're very interesting, very compelling. So it's a real honour to be grouped
in with them.
To grouped in with them, yeah, absolutely.
That's really cool.
And for me, that's an accolade unto itself. So very exciting.
What do you think of the explosion of developers coming out of Vancouver, kind of forming their own studios?
Awesome, I love it. I love that. Maybe this is before a lot of people's time who might be watching this, but for me, being a little bit, the older generation, I remember the days where developers were literally in the garage or garage. How do Canadians say
garage.
it? Garage. They're in the garage, developing away. 1 guy, 2 guys, maybe 3 guys, and it was the dream. You could just say, I want to make this game, and you chose what the game was. I want to make this game. Get a couple of buddies, 6 months in the garage in our spare time, and you could make it. And I think the progression today, like right where we are today, is a little bit beyond the 2 guys in their spare time. But it's still possible that as an indie group, you can just grab a small space and get together and make any game you want and have it be successful. Facebook is so open, the iPhone's so open, Android's so open that you can, all the tools are right there. Just a bit of one good idea and a bit of hard work, and you can have a fantastic game that's fun and hopefully make some money for you.
Definitely. So, you said you were working with the World Wildlife Foundation. Was that always your goal to work with them?
I've been talking to them for a long time. My goal was always to create a vehicle where our players could support environmental initiatives. So, Garden Mine, it's a garden, and there's a nature theme. I was looking to make it more than just, I didn't want it to be throwaway. There's a reason that it's nature. There's a reason that you're growing a virtual garden, is it's an opportunity for you to think about the real world, and real trees and real plants and real animals. So for me, I have a bit of a fanboy crush on WWF. I've always liked them. I see the panda logo and I know what they represent. So being a country boy, growing up in the country, surrounded by trees and nature, I was very eager to give back to environmental conservation.
That's really cool.
Saying that, the game and our company philosophy is more than just environmental conservation. For me, there's a whole lot of causes that I feel passionate about and that our team feels passionate about. And we're really eager to create a vehicle where players, people in the community, can support something while also playing a game that they normally would like to play. So you're getting kind of, double your value. You're not just having fun playing a game, you're also supporting a cause at the same time.
It's a lot like that free rice game they had a couple of years ago where you had to choose...
What a great game, huh?
Where you had to choose I guess it was a game where you would choose a word that would represent another word, and every gram of rice that you got correct would be supported to a charity. So cause gaming is definitely seeming to be a good vehicle. So
free rice was a real inspiration for me. I saw my friends, normally my friends' girlfriends would spend a whole bunch of time and they'd say, look, here's 100 grains of rice that is now going somewhere because of me. And people really, they were into that.
Yeah, it definitely fulfills that kind of nurturing aspect to help the world out. And, I definitely think that Garden Mine is awesome for that. And that's why we're doing one of these special interviews, because we figured that you guys should know a lot about this. So, I think that is our time, though, because I don't think I have any more questions. Maybe I should go play some more memory games so I can remember what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But we want to thank Rick for being with us today. And,
Thanks very much. Pleasure talking to you.
Later.